Glad you're
This
enjoying
is
this.
AI.
If you have any questions or need assistance,
Everyone's talking about AI replacing jobs, but here's what nobody mentions. Your team is already doing work that AI should be doing, and they hate it. The real threat isn't AI taking your job, it's spending another year doing the stuff you became numb to hating. Think about what your team actually spends their time doing. Expense reports, meeting notes, status updates, performance review templates, copying data from one system to another because the systems don't talk. Here's a simple exercise. Ask your team to answer 3 questions. 1. What tasks make you feel like you're wasting your skills? 2. What would you do with 5 extra hours a week? 3. What parts of your job actually move the needle on your KPIs? And here's the thing about asking people what they hate doing. They've been waiting for years for someone to ask. The responses will reveal a pattern. Everyone's spending 30 to 40% of their time on work that makes them feel like a printer. When you map it out, the data's pretty clear. The stuff people hate most, it's repetitive, it's administrative, and it's exactly the kind of work AI is actually good at. Not the creative problem solving, not the client relationships, the robot work. So this is where most leaders get it wrong. They try to sell AI as this exciting future technology, but your team doesn't care about the future. They care about Friday afternoon. They care about leaving work on time. They care about not spending the weekend catching up on admin. AI buying isn't about selling the future. It's about recovering time people already lost. Let me show you what this looks like in practice. Performance reviews, everyone's favorite task, right? Most managers spend hours staring at a blank template, trying to remember what their team did 6 months ago. Here's a simple, custom AI prompt that takes your bullet points and turns them into a structured review. Not writing it for you, you're still doing the thinking, but it's handling the template, the phrasing, the formatting, the stuff that makes you feel like Microsoft Word should have done this automatically. The task that used to take 2 hours, now it takes 20 minutes. And more importantly, those 20 minutes are spent on actual evaluation, not wrestling with a template. And this is the crucial part. When you show your team this, you're not asking them to learn some complicated new system. You're asking them what they do with 5 hours back every week. That's the conversation that gets buy-in. Now, some of you are thinking, won't they assume I'm just trying to squeeze more work out of them? Good question. That's exactly what they'll think if you position it wrong. Here's the flip. Tie AI adoption to what people actually care about. Not productivity for productivity's sake. Performance, recognition, hitting targets they're struggling with or exceeding ones they're close to. When someone's spending 8 hours a week on admin and barely meeting their targets, and you show them how to get those hours back to focus on what actually moves the numbers, you're not threatening them. You're giving them a tool that makes them look good at their job. Turns out people like tools that make them look good at their job. Revolutionary concept. So here's your homework for the next 30 days. 1. Run questionnaires this week. 2. Pick one universally hated task from the responses. 3. Build a simple automation or AI prompt as a team, not for them, with them. 4. Measure the time saved. 5. Ask them what they do with that time back. Because AI adoption doesn't start with fear. It doesn't start with some grand transformation plan. It starts with getting Friday afternoons back.